Hey guys, how's everyone doing? It's me, Spirit Star City, and today I am back again with another one of these videos. It's been a while since I've just set up the camera and just talked to it, so I'm really glad to be doing another one of these videos again. And today I actually have a special video because today we're actually doing a response video. Now, some of you may or may not be familiar with the YouTube channel Art of the Mind. But Art of the Mind is a really interesting YouTube channel, and they upload a lot of videos about philosophy, spirituality, lucid dreaming, astral projection, all kinds of stuff. And if you're interested, if you're really interested in that type of, just topics and videos, and you aren't familiar with this YouTube channel yet, then I definitely recommend that you go check out that YouTube channel. But after you watch this video, stick around for this video and then go check out that YouTube channel. Now, recently this YouTube channel, Art of the Mind, uploaded a video about Dogma. So I thought that I would chime in, give my 2 cents worth, and talk about, just my thoughts, my opinions on what Dogma is. So here it is. So here's my 2 cents worth about Dogma. Now, Dogma, I'm going to start by giving everyone a quick visualization about what Dogma is. Now, I'm sure we can all relate to knowing many people in our lives, and having met many people in our lives that just believe really highly in what they believe, and they don't really like to listen to other people's opinions. And when it comes to listening to someone else's opinion that even contradicts their opinion even a little bit, they get really triggered. They believe just so highly in their opinions that it is almost impossible for them to even consider the fact that there could be other opinions, and the fact that their opinion could even be wrong. So there is sort of like an extreme case of what Dogma is. Now, according to Google, Dogma is a principle or a set of principles that is laid down by an authority as incontrovertibly true. And of course, what this means is when people just believe what they believe in, but they don't even question it. They don't stop to think about, why do I believe this? Do I actually think this is true? They don't ask themselves any questions about it. They don't question it at all. They just accept it as true, and then don't even go any further. Now, there are many examples of Dogma, of course. One of the first things that people seem to think of when it comes to Dogma is religious dogma. But of course, this is a highly inaccurate depiction of what Dogma is. Dogma is more than just religious dogma. That's just one tiny aspect of what Dogma is. Anytime there are opinions in any group of people, in any culture, there is going to be guaranteed dogma, to some degree anyway. So it's everywhere. It's not unique. It's not something that's unique to just one culture or just one group of people. It's everywhere. Anywhere where there's opinions, and that's pretty much everywhere. But sometimes dogma can get really out of hand, and throughout history, dogma has been known to start fights, and sadly, even wars. Now, why does dogma exist in our society? Well, I think it comes down to two main things, conformity and tradition. Something that you hear a lot in sociology is that you aren't unique actually, and actually you're kind of pre-programmed to follow society, and that's something that sociology looks at. Now, I'm not saying that I believe that. I'm just simply stating that this is what I'm just presenting the evidence, or I'm presenting not the evidence, I'm just presenting the debate. I admit that does make a little bit of sense because I'm sure we've all heard the thing that people, it's just instinct for humans to follow the crowd because it improves survival, and that humans are a pack group sort of a thing, and sticking with the crowd and improves your chances of survival. I'm sure we've all heard that. It really just takes someone that's really outspoken to really stand out from the crowd. But also there's a tradition. People do things for a long time, and then after a really long time, say centuries for example, it can reach the point where people don't even know why they're doing it anymore, but they're just doing it because that's what people have been doing for a really long time, and they don't stop to question why they're still doing it. They're just doing it because that's what they've been doing, and people just aren't accustomed to change. Throughout history, there have been examples, many examples actually, for times when dogma has actually proven itself wrong. Well, it didn't prove itself wrong, something else came along and proved it wrong. So say like social norms and social beliefs. During the age of exploration, a lot of people believed that the earth was flat. And Christopher Columbus came along, he believed that the earth wasn't flat, and he thought that he could find a shortcut to go from Europe to India, because before then people had to go like under the tip of Africa and it took forever. But he thought he could like find a shortcut by like, I don't know, just zipping right across the ocean, because he believed that the earth was round. And no one at the time believed that the earth was round. And not even the people that were forced to go with him believed that the earth was round. The people that went with him were pretty much forced to go with him, and they didn't want to go with him because they also believed that the earth was flat. And of course, as we all know, as we were all taught in history class, the earth is round. And of course, after that, people spent the next few centuries pretty much just fighting over the land that was discovered. But that's beside the point. Nicholas Copernicus, maybe you guys are familiar with that term. Sometimes they teach you about this guy in science class or something. He was a Renaissance mathematician and astronomer. At least that's what Wikipedia says. And he believed that the Earth was at the center of the solar system. During his time, people believed in the geocentric view of astronomy. Geocentricism, that's basically the belief of the Earth actually being at the center of the solar system. And as history would have it, turns out that was wrong, and Nicholas Copernicus was actually correct. The sun is actually at the center of the solar system. Another example that I thought I would throw in anyway, I'm not sure if this is a real, just example of dogma, but Leonardo da Vinci, he's mainly remembered as an artist. A lot of people don't really think about him as anything more than that. But Leonardo da Vinci was actually so much more than just an artist, because he was actually a genius who was way, 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 way ahead of his time. Because he was actually one of the first people that we know of to ever come up with the idea of flight. He had like schematics, like drawings of flying machines, but I don't think he ever built any of these things. So some of the ideas that he came up with were, of course, the idea of flight, and also the idea of an anemometer, which to this day is still used in meteorology, and it's a device that's used to measure wind. It does make sense that he would come up with that idea because, he was interested in flight. So the idea of an anemometer, it does make sense, where he was coming from. But he also came up with the idea of the tank, and I thought that was really interesting. He also had ideas for a giant crossbow and even robotics. Of course, it's not the robotics that we know today, but it was still really advanced, just way ahead of his time. But of course, his ideas for it mainly depended on the use of pulleys, weights, and gears. So it's definitely it's not what we have today, but it was still really advanced and ahead of his time. And the reason why I told you guys about these three examples of dogma is because throughout history, the social, beliefs of what everyone accepted as true turned out to be wrong. So it's no surprise that in our modern society, and as we progress in technology and science, that we are also going to keep discovering that some of the things that we previously held to be true without a doubt and without question were also wrong. So I think that's something that people need to know and think about, because it's really easy sometimes, and it happens a lot actually, when science or something comes along and then proves that something that was previously held to be true was wrong. So far, dogma seems to be like a pretty bad thing. But the truth is, I believe that there's a balance. I believe that it's a part of human nature to have opinions and sort of believe in things. But I feel like it's all about progressing throughout your life and just sort of discovering on your own as to sort of move away from that. This does raise the question, because, you know, as I was thinking about this video, I started thinking, well, what's the opposite of dogma? And I thought, well, you know what? I think the opposite of dogma is just open-mindedness. Being open to new ideas, even if it doesn't match your own. Being open-minded doesn't mean just accepting, you know, everything that you hear. No. It doesn't mean like rejecting everything you hear. It doesn't mean accepting everything you hear either. It's a balance between the two. It's the mindset of at least being able to look at things that you aren't familiar with and that sort of challenge what you already know. And that's sort of what open-mindedness is. When people cling on so highly to what they believe in, they set up blocks for themselves, and they put themselves in like a box. And to be honest, that makes it easier for other people to control you. Don't give your power. It takes away your power when you just accept things without question. So don't give your power away to anyone that tells you this is what's true, and don't even question it. Don't even look into it. Just accept it as true, and then just don't even look any further. So whenever you hear someone say, "I have the truth, and only my truth is the truth," and don't even question anything else, then ask lots of questions. Do your own research and make up your own mind. A lot of people say that. There's a reason for that, because it's true. Do your own research, make up your own mind, and take back your power. Don't let anyone take away your power. So there's my take on dogma. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. Also, a big thank you to Art of the Mind for giving me the okay to do this video. The guy who runs that channel and we're really thinking about doing a lot more collabs in the future, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm not quite sure how to end this video, but it's been real. I've really enjoyed doing this video. You know, dogma, I see it a lot in society. You know, it's a pretty common thing, but at the same time, I also don't feel like there's something that you can really do about it as much as you can do about it just within yourself. It's not. I don't think you can't change other people's minds, and nor should you try to change other people's minds. The best thing you can do is just look within yourself and just examine your own heart and ask yourself these questions, and then just open yourself up to these things, and then maybe other people will follow suit. Maybe more people will become more open-minded instead of just putting themselves in a box. Thanks for sticking around till the end of this. If you watched this whole thing, then thanks a lot for that. You're a real, just true fan, and I really appreciate it. So thank you for that, and I will see you guys next time, hopefully at my next video.